Welcome to the GodShow.us Daily, the undercard bout nobody bought tickets for. You came for the main event, you made your plans, and then this fight broke out in the fourth row between one person and years of their own silence. And now, nobody can look away. 15 wisdom traditions are in the building. One question is about to go the distance. This is what happens when the truth finally shows up. And the crowd has no idea how to feel about it.
The GodShow.us is a free daily multilingual project where one question gets answered through 15 wisdom traditions. You can find today's question, ask your own, and learn your own belief profile at the GodShow.us. Today's question: does telling the truth after years of lying give you back the person you were, or just create a new kind of damage? Scale that out. One day of dishonesty, you lie at a dinner party and correct it the next morning. Uncomfortable, done. 1 decade, the story you told became the story others built their lives around. 1 whole life. And now you're holding the truth at the last hour of the wedding when the cake is already cut and everyone's dancing. Same question, 3 very different sizes. Does telling the truth after years of lying give you back the person you were? Judaism doesn't let you off with a clean answer, and I respect that. The rabbis argued about whether a person who repents is fully restored, and they never agreed, which means, per the tradition, the disagreement itself is the thing you have to live inside. You're not getting the old self back. That person told lies for years, which means you're already someone different, and the confession doesn't undo the different person. It just introduces them, honestly. Yom Kippur's demand isn't resolution. It's standing in the doorway, known, neither turned away nor fully welcomed, which is its own kind of torture, honestly.
Islam makes a harder move than you'd expect. It says the years of lying didn't hollow you out. They buried you. And the return isn't excavation, it's resurrection, which is God's work, not yours. So you can stop trying to personally undo what you made with your tongue. What comes back isn't the person before the lie. It's someone the lying and breaking you actually made possible. More generous than the Jewish doorway, or more unsettling, depending on how much weight you put on the resurrection metaphor.
Buddhism just quietly removes the whole premise. The person who told those lies, go look for them. Not the memory, the actual fixed self who decided you won't find one. Only a succession of moments that borrowed a name. So truth doesn't restore what was never solid. It's more like setting down a stone you forgot you were carrying. The hand is empty now. Whether that feels like damage depends entirely on how hard you believed the stone was you.
Stoicism is blunter. It says neither. You weren't lost, you were used. Every morning you chose the lie. You made yourself into its instrument. That person can't be retrieved by confession because confession is also just a choice made now, not then. The years are fixed. They're not your property to rewrite. Existentialism echoes that and adds, you won't get innocence back, but you get authorship. The damage becomes yours. Signed, undeniable, the first honest thing you've made in years. Those two actually disagree on what that means emotionally. Stoicism is almost cold about it. Existentialism wants you to own the weight.
The pop culture oracle went to Casablanca for this one, and it's actually not broken. Rick finally has the full truth on the tarmac, all of it, and he uses it to lose Ilsa correctly. The confession doesn't restore anything. It just means the damage gets a name, gets a face, gets a gate number. We'll always have Paris as means Paris is the only thing left and Paris is already over and he's standing in the fog knowing exactly what happened for the first time. And that knowledge is the loneliest thing in the film. Epicureanism, of all traditions, is somehow the most practical response to that image. It says, stop measuring by intensity. The lie cost you a daily tax, keeping 2 realities running in parallel. The meal you couldn't fully taste because part of you was elsewhere maintaining the fiction. Truth doesn't give the person back. It ends the labor. No tradition settled this. Can the people who were lied to actually receive whoever shows up at the door now? Vedanta says the witness was never damaged. Christianity says what rises is breathing, but it isn't who you were. Neither of those answers for the other person in the room. That's what tomorrow can start with.
And that's the final bell on the bout nobody bought tickets for. And look at this crowd. Nobody left early. Nobody checked their phone. Because it turns out the fight, where someone finally tells the truth after years, is not a quick stoppage. It goes the distance. It goes to the judges. And the judges are 15 ancient traditions who cannot agree on the scorecard. Support this free daily multilingual show at thegodshow.us. Ask your own question. Find your belief profile. Tell someone about it. Thegodshow.us would like to thank our sponsor, Typeset.us. When generic web typography is letting you down, refine your work for free using Typeset.us. And thanks to dyorkmusic.com for our dark rock intro tune. Rick Blaine is still on that tarmac. The fog hasn't lifted. See you tomorrow for our take on The God Show's question of the day.